A very good morning.
So, dear participants, a very good morning to all of you. So, this is our final day, day 7, the last day of the FDP. And now we are going to start our first session, a session which is very much required now to release the stress. So, for that, our resource person, Miss Disha Sharma, she has joined us. And Miss Disha is a spoken English and an ESL tutor. She provides the best possible understanding of communication skills with fun learning. In this session, she tells us how to channelize our brains functioning for being a better and influential speaker, to inculcate the leadership qualities, how to achieve happiness first and success later on. So, the goal of life is to achieve the happiness, and definitely she will tell us how to achieve that. So, apart from this, she's also a researcher who has completed MPhil as well as qualified NET and SET examinations in English literature. She has traveled abroad also for the purpose of research and have also acquired experience of teaching the subject of communication skills. She has published various research papers and also published the books in English literature. And now I request her to start the session and to help us to release the stress as well as to tell us how to be happy in our life. Thank you for joining, Ms. Disha. So now it's your turn to start the presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for such an exaggerated, praiseworthy words for me. So now I do have to, reach the bar which you have set by explaining me in certain words. So shall I share the screen?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Just a minute. I hope I'm able to share the screen. Is it
Yes, yes,
visible,
ma'am.
sir?
Yes, yes, visible.
Yeah. So here we are. As Sir has introduced me to all of you, so I belong to a community where we learn life, where we learn the skills that are required for life. Something which is, quite negligent in terms of people belonging to, I guess, MCA department and the other departments also, apart from literature or Sahitya. So, I will be today talking about something which is not seen merely or apparently by layman or people like, normal people, I would rather say. Okay, so shall I begin with the topic? And before starting with the topic, I need to tell it quite clearly to all of you that this is going to be an interactive session. And I would require your interaction with me. That will be a kind of cooperation for the session. I hope you all agree to this. Now that I'm not able to see your, uh, small windows, so please speak while you want to share something with me, or or even if you have any query, you can ask me in the meanwhile also. All right. So I will begin with first of all sharing the purpose of this session. Okay. So I'll begin again by asking you people, like, why do you think you all are here? Is there anybody who wants to just reply or, go ahead with the conversation? Is there anybody who would like to unmute and
Hello,
speak.
ma'am.
Hello, yes, ma'am.
This is Poojadev from ITS Mohanagar, Ghaziabad. Actually, I think we are here to share our knowledge as we are all the faculty fraternity and to share the knowledge and to upgrade ourselves and what are the requirements in the
Yes,
research
ma'am.
also. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes, definitely, ma'am. Or I would rather say that you're already enrolled for, you know, I think there is some voice disturbance. Let me. Hmm. Because you're already enrolled in the process of learning some significant knowledge of your particular domain and getting useful information for the whole program of this faculty development program. But that is one part of viewing the whole session, right? I'm more focused about this particular session which you are dealing right away. I'm talking about this session of lifelong learning and social intelligence into a whole program of machine learning applications and all the computer based techniques. So is there anything I would say? Perhaps let me just answer it again. I would say that perhaps it will give insights about something that is easily negligible or neglected by by most of the people, which I already said. And this is something called socialization. I would be talking about socialization and the social skills that are required, because lately, we have been too much self centered and worried about getting our hands on to something that is too tangible. All right, I guess you all can agree to this, because we all need success in its, practical form. We are no more contained with the success that only satisfies our souls. We are more towards tangible proofs. We are more towards you know claiming it to somebody else so that we own something. That is why I am here to share a few important things with you, so that you can reflect upon your life as well as reflect upon your learning as, right? So I'll move towards the second question: why and what is the need to learn social skills? Since social skills are a part of lifelong learning skills, and lifelong learning skills are those that stays with you throughout the life. Now most of you people would be thinking, like, what is the need to learn about life? It is just the life, right? And I would just contradict your viewpoint here, that it is not just the life. It is not the life ki life hi to hai, it happens to everyone. This is not the case. This life is not happening to you. This life is created by you in a specific way according to your desires. So in whatever shape you want to design your life, you do it, राइट. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि हर किसी की लाइफ है तो हर किसी के इंडिविजुअल एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं. आई डू अग्री विद दिस पॉइंट. Everybody experiences life in its own way, but what we can do, we can make a coherent and make it more fulfilling to the maximum, to derive maximum pleasure out of it. Agree or not? Right? So that is why lifelong learning is something that stays with you till your last breath, I can say. This is a learning that never stops. One can do it at the age 10 and one can do it at the age 80 also. So there are certain skills that are required to live a harmonious life in this society. Okay? Now what it is, let me just tell you. Social intelligence is any competence facilitating interaction and communication with others, where social rules and relations are created, communicated, and changed in verbal and non-verbal ways. When I talk about social intelligence, I talk about a certain faculty of your brain, okay, that works in accordance to create a community, right? So this process of learning these skills is called socialization, and lack of such skills can cause social awkwardness as well. what I try to convey you people is that आपने बहुत लेमन लैंग्वेज में सुना होगा, कोई इंट्रोवर्ट है, कोई एक्सट्रोवर्ट है. हम बहुत इजीली ये टर्म्स किसी को भी वो कर देते हैं, दे देते हैं. बट अगर इस इन टर्म्स को इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में पढ़ा जाए तो व्हाट डज दैट मीन? दैट मीन्स कि somebody who speaks too much, somebody who is easily able to create an environment around him, or easily able to create a community or gets along with the community, is an extrovert person. That comes under socializable. Okay. And somebody who is not comfortable in an environment surrounding number of people, or even you can say greater number of people or community or gatherings, that person can be called as an introvert, and that person feels the social awkwardness, right? So there are the two different or even the parallel things to view a simple perspective of life. Now, there are certain skills by which you can make it more socializable rather than feeling social awkwardness. These tools are called social skills. And these are the tools that enable people to communicate, learn, ask for help, get needs met in appropriate ways, get along with others, make friends, develop healthy relationships, protect themselves, and in general, be able to interact with the society harmoniously. I hope till far this is known to all of you now. Okay, this is clear to you. If you agree, then I may proceed further.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the basic thing that is required as to learn the social skills is, okay, I may have just lost one thing. Now that we are talking about society and everything, do you think you people are independent? Is there anybody who thinks that we are at our respectable positions, we are in need of nobody, and we feel that we are independent enough? Is there anybody? I think my audience consists of faculty as well as students. Sir, am I right on this?
Yes, research scholars too.
Research scholars too. So, scholars, are you independent? Is there anybody who tries to answer this? Or is it again on me to answer?
They're writing messages in chat.
No, madam, we are dependent because we are depending on different, the requirements based on our whatever the regular work. We are depending on this.
So we, all in all, we cannot say we are independent, right? See, this is the most misconstrued and misused term in the times, right? Because, we keep on hearing that women need to be independent. And nobody tells us this independence is of what sort, okay? Are we even talking about the emotional or the psychological independence? No, we are only talking about the financial independence of women. But did you hear anybody talking about are men independent? Because we usually consider them independent. Are they actually independent? No. See, while using the term, we need to understand that no one is independent in this social setup. And if you claim to be so, you are not a normal being. Okay? Either you are a saint living in a mountain or in a secluded area, then only you can be said to be an independent person. But this is not the case with us because we are living in a society. Okay, and as far as we are living in a society, we are in need of the other being. आप यही देख लो, सुबह से उठने तक रात को सोने तक आपको कितने लोगों की जरूरत पड़ती है, right? So we cannot claim it on the very literal meaning of independent. So nobody who is living in the society can be called independent, right? And जब तक हम independent नहीं हैं और जब तक हम dependent ही हैं, तब तक हमें सोसाइटी में ही रहना है, और जब तक हम सोसाइटी में हैं, so why not to live amicably with the other beings? एंड वाइल सेइंग एमिकेबली का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम झगड़े नहीं कर रहे हैं. एमिकेबली का मतलब ये है कि हम जितने हमारे रिलेशनशिप्स हैं, चाहे वो हमारे सीनियर्स के साथ हों, जूनियर्स के साथ हों, फैकल्टी के साथ हों, कलीग्स के साथ हों, ठीक है, छोटे बच्चों के साथ हों, घर में रिलेशंस हों आपके, आपके पेरेंट्स के साथ, ब्रदर्स के साथ, सिस्टर्स के साथ, ये जितने भी रिलेशंस हैं, ये सारे रिलेशंस को हम एमिकेबली और इफेक्टिवली अच्छा कैसे बना सकते हैं, राइट? सो दैट आपकी जो डिपेंडेंस है वो ज्यादा डिपेंडेंस ना लगे, ठीक है. सो नाउ आई विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टूल by which you can actually create a good atmosphere for yourself, and those are communication skills. Communication is basically is a process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, feelings and emotions through speech, signals, writing or behavior. ओके, नाउ यू मस्ट बी थिंकिंग कि कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के बारे में पढ़ाना इतना जरूरी क्या है, ठीक है. क्योंकि क्या होता है, हम यूजुअली ये समझते हैं कि जब तक कोई बात कर रहा है तब तक कोई कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है. दिस इज नॉट द केस. ओके, लाइक यू मस्ट बी व्यूइंग इट हियर, जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है, इट इज द एक्सचेंज ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन थ्रू आइडियाज. आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन, आपके आइडियाज, आपके थॉट्स, आपके फीलिंग्स, आपके इमोशंस किन चीजों के थ्रू रिफ्लेक्ट हो सकते हैं. एक तो वर्बली जो आप बोल रहे हैं वर्ड्स उसके, और दूसरी चीजें आप सिग्नल कर देते हैं थ्रू जेस्चर्स, थ्रू राइटिंग, आप जो कंटेंट प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, आपका जो बिहेवियर है उसके थ्रू, ठीक है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स जहां से आप चीजें कम्युनिकेट करते हो. इवन इफ यू थिंक यू आर नॉट स्पीकिंग इन अ रूम फुल ऑफ पीपल and you're not even able to communicate, you are still communicating. Okay, you're still reflecting, you're still giving out your energy in terms of your expressions, in terms of your posture, in terms of your reactions over thing, right? And three most important things, or the components I would rather say, in terms of communication skills are sender, receiver and the medium or the channel, right? You must be aware of the fact there is one sender. Like for example, if we take this example, like right now I'm conducting a session, okay? I am here trying to provide you with a message, I'm here trying to convey you something, so I become a sender. And the message I'm giving out to you is an encoded one. Why do we call it encoded? क्योंकि मैं जो बोल रही हूँ वो बेशक एक्सप्लिसिट होगा आप सबके सामने, बट वो किस इंटेंशन से बोल रही हूँ, किन फीलिंग्स के साथ बोल रही हूँ, मेरे क्या इमोशंस हैं उसके पीछे, दैट इज नॉट रिवील्ड टू यू, राइट? ओनली द वर्बल टेक्स्ट विल बी रिवील्ड टू यू, एंड यू एज अ रिसीवर विल ट्राई टू decode my message. Okay, you will try to find out what exactly she is trying to say. Okay, what exactly, apart from the words, apart from the vocabulary she is using, what is the intention behind it, right? This is how the receiver decodes the message. And third most important component is the channel, right? This online platform becomes a channel, and if somebody is talking on a telephone to the other person, that telephone becomes a channel, right? For example, in the pandemic times, you had only this channel of talking to your students, talking to your teachers, right? And now the pandemic is over, it's again coming towards, but now the pandemic is over, your platform again shifts back to the classroom, okay, the offline classroom. So this is how the medium changes, right? I hope this much is clear. Now, according to a quite famous critic, G.G. Brown, he says that communication is the transfer of information from one person to another, whether or not it elicits confidence, but the information transferred must be understandable to the receiver. So the basic thing to learn about communication is that, according to G.G. Brown, कि जो आप कह रहे हो वो इजीली कन्वे हो जाए, ताकि जो रिसीव कर रहा है इन्फॉर्मेशन उसको समझ आ जाए आप कहना क्या चाहते हो. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड इट कि कई लोग वर्ड्स को ना गलत प्रोनाउंस कर देते हैं, एंड देन दे गिव यू अ क्वाइट लेम एक्सक्यूज कि समझ आ गया ना, द मैसेज गॉट क्लियर ना, ठीक है. सो दिस इज देयर वे ऑफ रिएक्टिंग ऑन टू थिंग्स. बट एग्जैक्टली कम्युनिकेशन का पर्पस यही है टू मेक इट अंडरस्टैंडेबल टू द रिसीवर. ठीक है. But there is a difference now between communication and effective communication. Okay. When we call effective communication, that means the person who is sending the information, how that information is being conveyed to you, that also matters. Okay. Either the sender is confident enough while providing you the message, or he is uncertain. He is not sure whether I'm saying something good or not, whether this information is authentic or not. ठीक है. जब तक सेंडर कॉन्फिडेंटली आपको कुछ प्रोवाइड करेगा तब तक कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव है. एडिंग ऑन टू द मैसेज इज ऑल्सो क्लियर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इसमें भी एक एग्जाम्पल देते हैं. जैसे जब आपकी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस होती हैं, एंड जैसे अभी भी है, ठीक है. नाउ दैट माई नेटवर्क इज क्वाइट गुड, मेरा सिग्नल यहाँ पे ठीक है, सो यू विल बी गेटिंग अ क्लियर मैसेज फ्रॉम मी, राइट. बट कई लोग जो हैं जहां से जुड़े हैं मेरे साथ यहाँ पे भी, उन लोगों के नेटवर्क ठीक नहीं है, तो उनकी शायद नेटवर्क डिस्टर्बेंस हो सकती है. ठीक है. सो इट डज नॉट मैटर मैं कितने कॉन्फिडेंटली अपना मैसेज जो है आपको दे रही हूँ, अनलेस और अनटिल इट इज नॉट अ क्लियर वन, तब तक आपकी कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव नहीं होगी. सो दे आर टू थिंग्स दैट आर इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मेकिंग अ कम्युनिकेशन इफेक्टिव, राइट. नंबर वन इज द कॉन्फिडेंस, कि कितनी ऑथेंटिसिटी से कोई अपना मैसेज डिलीवर कर रहा है. नंबर सेकंड इज द क्लैरिटी ऑफ इट, राइट. And there are so many ways with which others or communicate verbally, that is by saying, or non-verbally by pictures, emotions, actions, gestures, body language, and it can be anything. Okay. Now that you know, जब आप interviews देते हैं, तो interviews में वो आपकी knowledge check नहीं करते हैं. They are there to decide upon your non-verbal language. Okay. They are there to decide how confident you look by your body language, gestures, actions, and how you react onto the question, how do you manage the questions. So that is all about non-verbal things, non-verbal communication on which they rely. So अगर आपको लगता है कि आपकी कम्युनिकेशन जो है सिर्फ वही मैटर कर रही है, आपने 50 क्वेश्चन के 50 आंसर दे दिए एंड आपका थ्रू हो गया, सो दैट इज नॉट द केस. ओके. They are there to judge you on the non-verbal things. Correct? How you dress up for a thing, how do you react onto a question, how do you manage and effectively answer it. So these are the things that fall under effective communication. I hope I'm clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So now there is something important, जब हम किसी से कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं उससे पहले इट्स मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट टू नो योर सेल्फ. ठीक है. बिकॉज जब तक आप अपनी एनर्जी, अपनी वाइब्स एक्सचेंज करेंगे किसी और के साथ, यू नीड टू चेक योर वाइब्स बिफोर मेकिंग इट ट्रैवल टू समबडी एल्स. So it's always, this is the most incredible part of the workshop and the session also. ठीक है. The thing is, to know yourself is the most difficult thing also. People say कि हाँ भाई हम उसको जानते हैं. Whenever you gossip about certain people, whenever you even, I would be telling it on your face that हाँ colleagues भी आपस में बात करते हैं, scholars आपस में बात करते हैं, students also, gossip about somebody. So जब आप gossip करते हो तो आप दूसरे पे जरूर ये कहते हैं कि हाँ we know her, we know him, he is of the kind, she is of the kind. But what we do not know is ourselves. Okay. We don't think about ourselves. We don't think how much do we know ourselves. ठीक है. Meditate करते हैं. कितने लोग introspect करते हैं? Are there students or people who do it on a daily basis? Do you check your actions? Do you check your thinking? Very, very rare, right? So it's quite rare to, this is quite rare that you even talk about yourself. You usually talk about others, but not yourself. So here I am asked to know yourself. I'll be giving you 2 to 3 minutes of time so that you can, know about yourself and you can think about yourself for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So I hope you people have your pens and notebooks along with you. So this is the task. You have to list 5 wishes of your life. Okay. And the immediate wishes of your life. For this, I need to see you people also. Are you working on the project? Yes. And once you are done, please let me know in the chat box now that I have switched to the other screen. Oh, we do have a good number of people. There are 91 others also.
Others have joined us with the YouTube also.
Okay. See, you don't have to share it with me here. Right? What you can do is to do this task for yourself. And once you're done by writing, 5 items in your on your page, then only let me know that you're done. And this is quite interesting. Somebody wrote that where is the chat box? This is Lakshman Kathe. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it right. Be happy in life.
Kathe.
This is quite a tricky question, sir. Quite tricky to say be happy in life.
Yes, of course. The next question which I am facing, how to be happy. Be happy in life is different, and how to be happy is different.
Yes, can you be please more loud?
Hello, my voice is audible.
It is audible, but it's cracking also, Lakshman.
Uh, One thing is be happy in life, and the second one is how to be happy in life.
Okay, quite contradictory.
Yeah.
You are writing it under the section of 5 wishes of your life. You're solving a question over there.
No, this is different, and how to achieve the particular things is different.
See, how to be happy in life has so many different offshoots, right? It's quite an individualistic experience. Yeah, so it varies also. We'll be talking about it at the end of it, right?
Yes, yes.
But as long as you're putting it under the section of 5 wishes of your life, you're never going to attain it. That's clear enough.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is there anybody else who is able to write it down? Yes, Pooja there. She's writing live in harmony. You people are, actually giving me words like इतने बड़े umbrella terms दे रहे हो, ठीक है, जिसका सार निकालना इतने छोटे से सेशन में तो पॉसिबल नहीं है. Live in harmony, living in peace. And how does you attain peace? What follows it? Is it happiness? Is it giving happiness to others? There are so many connotations that are attached to it. So don't actually give me answers. Just let me know once you're done writing 5 wishes of your life. I'll not be asking you people कि वो छुपी हुई 5 कौन सी आपकी ख्वाहिशें हैं. So Pooja, okay. So you're done by writing 5 of them. Okay, Pooja, that will be really great if you talk to me.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Actually, all our these wishes are the big words. Actually, we have attended recently the workshop, 7 days workshop on uh, this being on harmony, and it was on universal ethics related.
Okay.
So everybody wants to be in peace, have peace of mind. So that again, you will say that peace of how you want to be peace of mind. What are the other constraints which make you to be live in peace of mind? Maybe as a mother, we want that our child should be well settled, right? That may be the one of the cause of peace of mind. And if
No,
you,
I
if there are different wishes: career fulfillment, prosperity, peace of mind, career fulfillment of my kid. So
no, I believe Pooja attaching the strings. I think Pooja, as
yes,
far as you're attaching the strings of your happiness to your kids, there is no
uh,
way coming back out of it.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So the strings has to be attached or limited to your own self.
Uh, Ma'am, that is very difficult.
I know that this is
Yeah,
quite
that is
difficult.
really very difficult. But we all try. I don't know maybe how many of us will be agreeing with this, that to be happy in ourselves only, because we live in a surroundings. There are the people who are connected to us. It's all a web.
Pooja, that is why we are living in times where we are actually seeing even kids committing suicides. We are
True, ma'am.
actually
True,
seeing so depressive souls around us.
true, ma'am. True.
This is the only reason that we have actually with the surroundings, with the materialism, or with the so-called so much of benefits around us. So this is the problem, that the depression is kind of an unprecedented wave these days.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. I agree. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we have to be very balanced.
Yeah, there has to be balance. I'm not saying that
True,
you
ma'am.
go, and
Yes.
I'm not saying you go and live a sin's life. Definitely that is not a way out.
True. Thank you, ma'am.
But definitely you can do things for yourself. Yes, you can actually do things for yourself which will make you happy and contented within your life. As long as we are attaching our expectations with others, be it our wife, be it our husband, be it our kids, for that sake, there is no way we are going to be happy. Okay, because nobody lives to make others happy. Everybody is self-centered, but we are not that self-centered, so that we can make others happy. We are only self-centered on the ways of achieving materialism. Right? I hope I'm making sense to all of you. Now that
Yes, ma'am.
I believe it is only you who had jotted down 5 of your wishes, or others are also done with it. Is there anybody who had written only 2 or 3 wishes and could not find more of them? Please text or write. Am I audible? Yes, Kamini Tanwar. So, Kamini, you are able to write how many of your wishes? 3. Why were you not able to write 4 and 5 also? See, as long as you are, as long as I'm not able to see you, you should not feel shy. ठीक है, you can talk. की कोई वो स्कोप होनी नहीं चाहिए. Yes, Kamini. See, the purpose for making you people write wishes of your life only, ठीक है, is to let you know where you lie. Okay, we are not even aware of our innate wishes. हमें यही नहीं पता कि हम चाहते क्या हैं. And imagine this is the moment when God comes to your life and says कि पुत्र कोई भी वरदान मांगो कि what to do, right? And your time will be gone then. तो एटलीस्ट अपनी विशेस तो आपको अच्छे से पता होनी चाहिए, सो दैट इट शुड बी लाइक टंग पे होनी चाहिए, तुम्हारे टिप ऑफ योर टंग. Hi, everybody is like so family oriented. What souls I have here. It was nice to see Kamini this. See, women are families. This is a nice thing also. I won't refrain from accepting the fact. Yes, Kamini. Yes, you're visible again. These are the students. Good to see you. So coming back to the presentation. Right? This is just to let you know that how much you know yourself. Okay? So that you can keep a check on yourself, whether you are thinking in a right direction or not, whether you are too limited or too are too materialistic in a way to know yourself. Okay? Now I'll be talking about communication at a larger scale. By far now, I have talked about communication on a personal scale, communicating with your own self. Okay, like writing down 5 wishes of your life means talking about yourself, means knowing about yourself. Now we are coming towards the larger scale, which is public speaking. So, is there anybody who knows what is public speaking? It is basically speaking or even an interaction to a larger group of people. It's not an interaction with, okay, in a classroom also, but it's with a bigger gathering. Okay, it can be like 10 to 20 or more than that people in a room, and one person standing or even sitting talking to all of them would consider in a structured manner. That talk has to be in a structured manner also. That is considered as public speaking. Now, there are 3 forms of public speaking, right? The first one is informative public speaking. And this, as the name suggests, means any sort of speaking, any sort of gathering in which the information is being distributed. And this form of public speaking happens in seminars or business presentations. You might have seen, now that you are, I'm talking about scholars who are not in a corporate world, ठीक है, तो आपने कोई वेब सीरीज देखी होगी या कोई मूवी देखी होगी जिसमें बिजनेस मीटिंग्स दिखाते हैं. सो द वन पर्सन स्टैंडिंग विद द प्रोजेक्टर इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम and delivering a lecture, giving any sort of information about a particular product or the marketing to the other colleagues in a cabin room. Okay, that is considered as informative public speaking. Next is persuasive public speaking. Persuasive public speaking is जहां पे आप परसुएड करते हो, जहां पे आप कन्विंस करने की कोशिश करते हो अपने क्लाइंट को, अपने कस्टमर को या फिर सामने वाले को. इट कैन बी अ स्टूडेंट ऑल्सो. इफ अ टीचर इज लुकिंग फॉर ट्यूशंस, तो वो सामने वाले को जब कन्विंस करेंगे या पूरे के पूरी एक टीम को कन्विंस करेंगे, तो वो उसको परसुएसिव पब्लिक स्पीकिंग कहते हैं. इट यूजुअली हैपेंस, यू मस्ट हैव सीन पीपल नॉकिंग योर डोर्स एंड आस्क यू टू बाय देयर प्रोडक्ट्स. एमवे वाले जैसे हो जाते हैं, या फिर कभी कभार डिक्शनरीज वगैरह देने आ जाते हैं लोग गेट्स पे. So that falls under persuasive public speaking. Next is entertaining public. Entertaining public speaking तो मुझे लगता है सबको पता होगा, right? Entertaining public speaking क्या होता है? Nowadays YouTube has become quite a well-known platform जहाँ पे stand-up comedies होती हैं. In fact, the show of Kapil Sharma show can be considered as public speaking. ठीक है, क्योंकि वो पहले जैसे शो करता था, not these days, तो वो यही था कि he used to stand up in the middle of the stage and deliver his talks and his comics to the people in front of him. ठीक है, so that would consider under entertaining public speaking. वैसे ही यूट्यूब पे आजकल कॉमिक्स करके कुछ इस तरह से प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जहाँ पे पीपल इंटरैक्ट. यू मस्ट बी अवेयर, है ना, वो आजकल के काफी रिनाउंड है स्टैंड अप कॉमेडीज, अनुभव सिंह बस्सी ये वगैरह जो मूवीज में भी आ रहे हैं. इफ यू पीपल कैन रिलेट, राइट? सो दीज आर द 3 टाइप्स ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. नाउ हाउ टू बी अ गुड पब्लिक स्पीकर. अब ये चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है. पहले आपने कम्युनिकेट किया अपने साथ, पहले आपने अपनी वाइब चेक की, एनर्जी चेक की. अब आपने ये चेक करना है कि हाउ यू कैन बी अ गुड पब्लिक स्पीकर. आई थिंक दिस कैन बेनिफिट ऑल द फैकल्टी ऑल्सो. सो टू सी, make them believe you are a giver. This is the most important thing you can do before, speaking to a number of people. You need to bring in some sort of confidence in your audience that you are able to give them something. Okay, to give them something means quite good information or quite good piece of knowledge also. Giver क्या होता है? One who is able to provide, right? So जब तक आपकी audience को पता होगा that the person standing over here or sitting over here is going to give us something, you have to make yourself resourceful. Okay, जब तक उनको लगेगा this person is resourceful, वो तब तक आपको सुनेंगे. Otherwise you must have seen that कुछ लोग आते हैं जाते हैं because they don't feel that engaging power in that speaker. ठीक है, will have to make them believe that you are a giver. इसकी सबसे अच्छी ट्रिक पता है क्या है? I'll give you an example. Like before I start my presentation, what happened? If you people have that observing power, Saurabh sir has introduced me. So he helped in making this confidence. He helped in making, or infusing this confidence in between all of you that she is somebody who is going to give you something. Right? That is why you people are staying over here. Correct? And this usually happens. As far as the faculty knows, this usually happens जब बाहर से examiner आता है तो you address him, है ना? सबसे पहले उनको address करते हैं कि what that person has done. कितनी MPhil करवाई है, कितनी PhD करवाई है, कितनी books की हैं, full bright scholarship ली है कि नहीं ली है. So you make the audience believe that you have something to give. Make them believe that you can provide them with useful information. Correct? If there somebody is writing in the chat box, I'm unable to see. Okay, so you can unmute and talk to me. All right. So second is authenticity engages. I have to listen to myself before others listen to me. Now, what does this mean? Authenticity. Whatever content you are providing, you have to look before that. ठीक है? जब आप provide कर रहे हैं, उससे पहले आपने खुद देखना है कि what are you actually talking about? Is your content authentic enough? अगर पूरा confidence नहीं है, तो you can't give it to others, right? As far as you are sure of the material or the matter you're providing, ठीक है? The audience will look up to you. The audience will feel engaged with you. And as long as you lose that authenticity, you will feel the audience is going back to their homes. Right? So I have to listen to myself before others listen to me. Before going to deliver a lecture, you need to deliver that same lecture to yourself. Correct? Is know your audience before preparing a speech for them. Now this is quite interesting also. इसमें क्या है कि कई बार क्या होता है, कुछ लोगों को पता नहीं होता है कि ऑडियंस क्या है। ठीक है, कई बार वो लेक्चर देने जाते हैं, उनको नहीं पता, और वो वहां पे ऐसी ऐसी एग्जाम्पल्स देते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कोई बच्चों के स्कूल में चला जाता है, प्राइमरी स्कूल में चला जाता है लेक्चर देने, एंड उसको ऐसे ही बुला लेते हैं कि जी लेक्चर दे दो, पता नहीं है, और वो वहां पे एग्जाम्पल्स देता है अडल्ट की। यस, yes, is there anybody trying to say something? Yes,
Hello, myself Suman Agrawal.
yes, yes, ma'am.
So, what regarding what आप कहते हैं ना कि किसके बारे में what want to say?
Sorry, ma'am, I'm not getting you.
Regarding public speaking.
Yes. मैम एक बार फिर कर दीजिए। Yes, ma'am. If there is problem in speaking, ma'am, you can also text me now. Yes, ma'am, I'm waiting for you. So shall I continue?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Maybe there is some technical glitch at her side.
Okay.
सर अलीशा गोयल मैम ने भी अपना हाथ रेज किया, अगर उन्होंने कुछ बोलना है।
Alisha, ma'am.
दिशा हम कर लो कंटिन्यू फिर।
Okay, sir. Yeah. So I was talking about know your audience before for them. So what happens usually? So I'm again hearing a beep. Okay.
देयर इज मैसेज, आप प्लीज एक बार रीड कर लो।
Okay. Before giving a lecture, how can we know about our audience? Sir, ma'am, definitely you can know about your audience. Like, I was preparing a lecture for this session. So what I did, I asked sir, like, is it a faculty development program, and who will be joining it? Are these research scholars, students, or professors? So whenever I think you're preparing a lecture for somebody, either you're going in a class, इफ यू आर गोइंग इन अ क्लासरूम, यू नो कि आपकी क्लासरूम में कौन से स्टूडेंट्स हैं, कौन से एज ग्रुप के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, राइट। और कई बार होता है कि अडल्ट स्कूल्स में भी पढ़ाते हैं, तो वहां पे भी आपको पता है कि वहां पे एज ग्रुप क्या है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप जहां पे भी जा रहे हैं वहां पे आपकी की सारी चीजें जो हैं, जितना भी आपका मैटर होगा वो यूजफुल होगा, राइट। तो कई बार एग्जाम्पल्स दैट आर रिलेटेबल। Ma'am, suppose we are meeting someone first time, then how I prepare myself as a giver. If you're meeting someone as a, if you're just meeting somebody first time, I don't think so you have to give that person a lecture. है ना? Or do you want something else out of me? मतलब अगर कुछ और आप बताना चाहते हैं, you can tell me. As first time अगर आप किसी से मिल रहे हैं, why would you give or present yourself as a lecturer or as something of that? And I feel as far as teachers are concerned, teachers have always something to tell about. They have certain stories of themselves. Right, ma'am? Kamini, what do you do? Oh, what's this? As a student, how can I overcome stage fears? I'll tell you. Yes, ma'am. You're an assistant professor. Yes. So I believe that whenever you are going somewhere else, ठीक है, to deliver a lecture, you are aware of the fact कि आप वो lecture किसको दे रहे हैं. Is it general lecture? ठीक है, या फिर एक particular community को है. Are you going to present a lecture to women only? ठीक है, or is it specified for men only? Nowadays we have variety of topics to talk over. ठीक है, जैसे हम फेमिनिज्म कहते हैं विमेन के लिए, देयर आर सर्टेन थिंग्स कमिंग अप फॉर मेन आल्सो. ठीक है, men are also saying that they are subdued with so much of responsibility, they are overburdened. तो आजकल उनके लिए भी लेक्चर्स हो रहे हैं. many conferences are being held for men also. ठीक है, that who will talk about them, who will talk about their share of responsibility. So nowadays it's not limited to women only. ठीक है, I hope I'm clear on this. Shall I move backwards to the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Before preparing a speech for them, I think I'm clear with this. Or next is being audacious, being open for criticism also. Boldness of character is needed. Okay. You can never half step into the presentation. I think this is known to everybody. You belong to faculty, you are scholars, you give presentations. So whatever matter you are holding with yourself, ठीक है, you need to have audacity होती है, नहीं डरता. ठीक है, when once you are stepping onto the stage, you have to be audacious enough. Why? क्योंकि you are definitely going to have criticism. Even if a student or a scholar is presenting his synopsis, ठीक है, the professors are going to criticize. You are going to deliver the answers, appropriate answers to them. You can never half step into the presentation. You can never say कि हाँ जी अगर किसी ने criticize कर दिया तो अब मैं क्या बोलूं. ठीक है, you will have to speak something in favor of your argument. Clear? So you need to be open for criticism. और ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई criticize कर ही नहीं सकता. Definitely you're going to have criticism. जैसे अभी हुआ, ठीक है, कामिनी मैम told me, how can we know about this? So I can never say ये तो मैंने prepare नहीं किया. Right? So you need to be cautious of a few facts, ठीक है, कि आप audacity के साथ बोलो जो भी बोलो, क्योंकि once you are onto the stage, there is no way back. ठीक है, once you are onto the stage, you are dealing with your audience and you are delivering a lecture to them, a meaningful lecture to them. You are bound to have arguments and the counter attacks also with you. Great, got it? And the next is deliver a story if possible. See, we as humans love storytelling or love to hear stories. So how to engage your audience? The best way is to present them a story, right? अपनी लाइफ की स्टोरी के साथ जब आप शुरू करते हो या उनको चीजें थोड़ी थोड़ी सी स्टोरी के साथ बताते हो, दैट इज द बेस्ट पॉसिबल वे टू एंगेज द ऑडियंस. व्हाई? क्योंकि ऑडियंस फील्स कि वो कहीं ना कहीं आपके जैसी है. ठीक है, एंड दिस इज नीडेड. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. डिलीवर अ स्टोरी इफ यू वांट योर लेक्चर टू बी एन इंटरेस्टिंग वन. अदरवाइज काफी ज्यादा हमने ऐसे लेक्चर्स भी देखे ही होते हैं जहां पे यू डोंट फील दैट एंगेजमेंट, यू डोंट फील दैट कनेक्शन. ठीक है, और वो कनेक्शन बनाना जरूरी कब होता है, कैसे होता है पॉसिबल? व्हेन यू डिलीवर अ स्टोरी अबाउट योर लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस, अबाउट वन ऑफ द इंसिडेंट ऑफ योर लाइफ. करेक्ट? नेक्स्ट, when somebody was asking how to overcome the stage fear. So what and what not? What you can do to overcome the fears that are associated with the stage? and what you should not do or refrain from doing, so that you may not look as a underconfident personality or somebody who is not even worth listening to. Got it? Any beep? So, do's and don'ts. So I have actually, prepared them sideways so that I'll read one from both sides. Okay, what you are, what you are bound to do is to get comfortable with that stage. Okay, and this is conditional, right? Supposedly कि आप जहाँ लेक्चर देने जा रहे हैं, सपोजिटली मैं ऐसे कहती हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप अगर स्कॉलर हैं किसी यूनिवर्सिटी में और वहीं पे ही आपका लेक्चर है, ठीक है, सो दैट प्लेस इज नोन टू यू. बट जब आपका लेक्चर है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट स्टार्ट्स एट 11 AM, तो आप वहां 10 बजे चले जाएं जब वहां पे कोई ना हो, वहां पे जाएं, उस स्टेज के साथ अपने आप को कंफर्टेबल फील करवाएं. ठीक है, बी कंफर्टेबल विद द एटमॉस्फेयर, सो दैट जब वो रूम फिल हो, ठीक है, विद द स्टूडेंट्स, विद द ऑडियंस, जब वो रूम फिल हो तो आपको कुछ एक्स्ट्रा ना लगे. इट्स जस्ट देयर एनर्जी, बट वो जितनी एनर्जी आपकी स्टेज की है, वो पोडियम की जितनी एनर्जी है, वो आपकी पहले वाली ही एनर्जी रहे. राइट? सो गेट कंफर्टेबल विद द स्टेज इफ पॉसिबल. Belong to that stage. You need to own that space, right? And what you should not do not stick to a single position. We had seen people, आपने भी देखे होंगे कुछ लोग जो एक ही जगह पे खड़े होके बोलते रहते हैं. Do not stick to a single position. You need to open up as much as you are, as much as possible. ठीक है, जितनी ज्यादा स्पेस आप ले सको लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि जितनी ज्यादा आप स्पेस लेते हो, it shows your confidence. It shows how how you are in yourself. ठीक. And next do's में है be yourself. Be yourself का मतलब है be authentic. अगर आपको लगता है that you can carry yourself well onto the stage, so be yourself. And don'ts में देखो, अगर आपको लगता है that you are not that comfortable in your own personality while speaking to others, so आप क्या करते हो, you try to copy someone else. है ना? It does happen कि आपके कुछ रोल मॉडल्स होते हैं, आपके कुछ आइडल्स होते हैं, जिनको आप देखते हो और बोलते हो कि यार बस इसके जैसा बोलना आ जाए एक बारी, है ना, इसके जितना कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाए जिस तरह से ये बंदा जो है बात करता है सबसे. तो आपका कोई अगर ऐसा आइडल है, तो अगर आप अपने में कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं हो तो आप उसको कॉपी करते हो. तो कॉपी भी करो तो आपको उसको कम से कम भी 50 बारी कॉपी करना आना चाहिए. ठीक है, आपको उसको प्रैक्टिस करना है 50 बारी. क्यों? क्योंकि नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए होती है. राइट? एंड अकल क्या है? अकल ये है कि अगर कॉपी करना है तो अच्छे से करो, ये नहीं कि हाफ कॉपी मत करना. राइट? कि आधी अपनी पर्सनालिटी आधी उसकी, तो वो दैट विल बी अमलगमेशन ऑफ समथिंग दैट नोबडी विल लाइक. Right? So if you enough, you can carry yourself onto the stage in front of so many people. Be yourself, be authentic. Okay, you need no more adulterations within you. But if you think that you cannot do as you want to do, तो जिसमें आपको वो दिखता है उसकी प्रैक्टिस आप अच्छे से कर लो, ताकि उसको आप अच्छे से कॉपी करना सीख जाओ, so that you can imbibe that feeling, imbibe that energy also. Right? Next in the do's में क्या है? Keep your body open, palm open, hands open. Right? Open का मतलब क्या है? Open का मतलब ये नहीं है कि you go and just try to show your posture like this. Open का मतलब है you should not be like this. ठीक है, जितना आप फोल्डेड हैंड्स रखोगे, जितना आप अपने हैंड्स को इस तरह से क्रॉस करोगे या फिर एक ही जगह पे खड़े होंगे, दैट विल ओनली शो योर इंटिमिडेशन. ठीक है, फिर क्या होता है, वंस यू ट्राई, जब आप अपनी एनर्जी को थोड़ा सा कन्फाइन करते हैं, तब जो बच्चों की या फिर जो ऑडियंस की एनर्जी होती है वो ओवर पावर करना शुरू कर देते हैं. ठीक है, सो व्हाट यू शुड बी डूइंग, यू शुड बी ओपनिंग अप योर एनर्जी. अपना ऑरा आपको ज्यादा फैलाना है. ठीक है, सो दैट स्टूडेंट्स की एनर्जी या फिर ऑडियंस की एनर्जी जो है वो लेवल डाउन रहे. करेक्ट? डू नॉट ट्राई टू क्रॉस योर हैंड्स. ये जेस्चर्स जो हैं आप सबको पता ही होगा, फैकल्टी को तो पता होगा जो इंटरव्यूज वगैरह लेती हैं. When somebody sits like this in front of you and stands like this in front of you, it clearly indicates, because body language में बॉडी लैंग्वेज भी एक कंप्लीट कोर्स है अपने आप में, जहाँ पे आप एक्सप्रेशंस पढ़ते हो, मैक्रो एंड माइक्रो। तो ये मैक्रो एक्सप्रेशंस में आता है कि इफ somebody has crossed their hands, that means they are trying to curb the nervousness or the anxiety inside the body, right? So इस तरह से नहीं करना, you need to keep your hands like this on the dais, ठीक है? या फिर अगर आप बात कर रहे हैं, you need to open your hands like this. This shows that you know a lot of stuff, ठीक है? And you have well practiced your ideas with your body language, correct? Next in the do's, we have practiced the exercises that evades nervousness. अब स्टेज फियर का क्या होता है कि एक तो आपके माइंड में ये रहता है कि देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल हु विल जज मी, राइट? और दूसरा ये होता है कि आपको डर होता है आप कहीं फंबल ना कर लो, है ना? इट यूजुअली हैपेंस व्हेन यू आर स्पीकिंग अ लॉट. माय फादर यूज्ड टू से कि जो लंबा ऐसे हम लिखते हैं ना, जितना लंबा हम ऐसे लिखेंगे उसमें उतनी ज्यादा गलतियां होंगी. तो जितनी छोटी चीज में बात कह दी जाए उतनी गलतियां कम होती हैं. तो नाउ अब पब्लिक स्पीकिंग में आपके पास कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है, आपको बोलना ही बोलना है, आपको ज्यादा ही बात करनी है, राइट? नाउ दैट यू आर वेल अवेयर ऑफ द फैक्ट कि आपको ज्यादा बोलना है, तो गलतियां भी ज्यादा हो सकती हैं, देयर आर पॉसिबिलिटीज, ठीक है? तो उससे बचने के लिए क्या है, देयर आर सर्टेन एक्सरसाइजेस व्हिच यू कैन डू. सम पीपल हैव दिस कोपिंग मैकेनिज्म कि they visit washroom before going to deliver a lecture. They try to release the anxiety within their brains, ठीक है? And होता क्या है कि there are certain exercises also, जैसे YouTube में there are certain links which if you want I can share also with you. Certain exercises of tongue, ताकि आप fumble ना करो, ठीक है? There are exercises like करके कुछ इस तरह से, ताकि आपकी टंग की एक्सरसाइज हो जाए, राइट? और कुछ एक्सरसाइजेस होती हैं जिनसे आप एंजाइटी ओवरकम करते हैं. सो ये चीजें आप कर सकते हो बिफोर स्पीकिंग टू अ ग्रेटर नंबर ऑफ पीपल. कीप डिस्टेंस बिटवीन यू एंड द पोडियम, द डाइस, राइट? वी हैव सीन एंड ऑलमोस्ट आप लोगों ने भी देखा होगा, देयर आर सर्टेन पर्सनालिटीज हु कीप फिक्स्ड देयर पोजीशन एट द डाइस ओनली. डू नॉट हाइड योर बॉडी बिहाइंड इट, ठीक है? एक तो ये रीजन है, व्हेन द audience is not able to see you clearly na, it's not like they are going to see your whole body. It's just that कि जितना आप उनके क्लोज होंगे उतना it reflects your aura, उतना it reflects your energy on them, ठीक है? जितना पॉसिबल हो सके try to walk in between the walk in between students or the audience, जितना पॉसिबल हो सके, because it gives an idea that you're confident in your own self, so nothing harms you. And जितना आप छुपने की कोशिश करेंगे पोडियम के पीछे, डाइस के पीछे, that shows कि you're not confident in yourself also, right? Correct? Am I clear? Am I clear on this, everybody? Any query? Yes. Yes, Kamini ma'am. Nothing? Shall I resume then? Yes. Good. So ये तो बात हो गई कि if this is too easy, ठीक है, to communicate, then what creates stress? How to release it? Stress होता क्यों है? And please talk. Yes, Kamini ma'am, would you like to share a few things? See, people who have attached their emotions with the materialistic things like career, success, money, relationships, ठीक है, they are the most stressful people of the time. Because what we are doing, we are hustling only. We want everything. We want to be on the top of the world, right? And if we talk about the academia where we belong to, ठीक है, we are all about writing research papers, publications. We are on to the peer reviewed journals, Scopus index journals, care listed journals. Okay? Organizing workshops also. All of this is actually draining our energies, and thus in the process we lose ourselves. And what we do, we diminish the uh, possibility of uncertainty in life. Okay? When we are only hustling, what we are trying to do, what will we achieve? We are only, letting go of the life minute by minute that has been given to us. We are negligent of the blessing of this life that had been given. Okay? In the process of keeping the future secured, we negate the present we have been given. People who are, who don't have any job are struggling to get jobs. Those who are in job are struggling to get promotions, right? And this actually reminded me of a famous novelist Harry Crew's work, The Hark is Dying. And in that, novel, he is talking about this predicament of life only. I would really like you people to hear his words, and I wish to quote his words. He says, I am at the end of my road. Work hard, they say, and you will be happy. Get a car, get a house, get a business, get money. Get. Well, I got. And now it has led me here where everything is a dead end. Unquote. So he says that, in life, everybody says you need to achieve this. Like Kamini ma'am was saying, कि it's all about the expectations with the kids these days. उनका career बन जाए, उनका ये बन जाए, उनका वो बन जाए. So what is the ultimate truth of life? What will all of this yield? What kind of momentary happiness it is that you're deriving out of expectations? Not from your kids, not from your husband, not from your parents also, but from yourself. Because we are so trapped in this world of materialism that we forget to live. Right? So all this causes stress. And what it is, I have already told you, individuals with few opportunities to socialize with others often struggle with social skills. This can often create a downward spiral effect for people with mental illnesses like anxiety or depression. Due to anxiety experienced from concerns with interpersonal evaluation and fear of negative reactions by others, social rejection in socialization leads to avoiding or shutting down from social interactions. Individuals who experience significant levels of social anxiety often struggle when communicating with others and may have impaired abilities to demonstrate social cues and behaviors appropriately. And this is especially for the younger generation. The use of social media can also cause anxiety and depression. Internet is causing many problems according to a study from National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health, with a sample size of 3,560 students. Problematic internet use may be present in about 4% of high school students in the US, and it may be associated with depression. About 1/3 of respondents reported spending 15 or more hours per week on the internet. So this is also one of the cause of anxiety and depression in the younger generation. Just evaluate how much time do you give to your smartphones. Okay, now that जैसे stereotypes बढ़ते जाते हैं दुनिया में, उस तरह से मैं सुनने में भी मिलता है, हाँ जी घर पहुंच के फोन को साइड पे रख दो, है ना? There are certain counter things also which you can actually assimilate in your life and make a better version out of yourself. How to manage it? See, I have devised a pyramid of life. Okay? There are certain components, certain major components of life, like love or relationships, money, health, career or success, and happiness. These are all the components of life. ठीक है, major ones. Now I leave it to you people to analyze your priorities for life. ठीक है, and to keep the best and the most important thing of your life at the foundation of it, and then think, how do you evaluate your life? The uppermost apex of the pyramid is the least valued thing in your life, and the lowermost is the most valued thing in your life, right? So I leave it to you people to decide what is important for you and what is not, and then manage according to it. Thank you. Is there anybody who has a query?
Yes, participants, you can directly interact with Ms. Disha Sharma if you have any queries regarding the session. People are chatting.
Yes, sir, I can see. Give some suggestions regarding, ma'am. Regarding the
Regarding the
pyramid.
firing.
Okay. I thought that I would be discussing the pyramid, but I then thought ki let's leave it. How to overcome exams anxiety. Students are students for always. Yes. Sushmita ma'am, see, I think, like Kamini ma'am told, and somebody else also was writing that their lives are all surrounded by the relationships in their life, right? I know as a woman, you have that capacity to give to others more than the other gender, right? But, I think we need to limit ourselves. To limit ourselves in a can so we can be fruitful for ourselves also, right? So I think your own happiness, which has no strings attached to the other people outside this body, right? So your happiness should be the foundation of your life, other than money, success, career, relationships also, and health also. Okay, I've seen people who are at their deathbed and still living life. Those people are the ones who had never kept health at the foundation of their life. Foundation क्या होती? Foundation is the नींव, है ना? कि अगर foundation हिल गई तो बुनियाद हिल जाती है. जैसे आपके घर हैं, हर एक घर की फाउंडेशन होती है, नींव होती है. तो जब वो नींव हिलती है तो पूरा का पूरा. तो आपकी फाउंडेशन ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि जिससे वो चीज मतलब सिर्फ आपके साथ रहे, बाकी सारी चीजें मोमेंटरी हैं लाइफ में. टिप्स टू बी अ गुड पब्लिक स्पीकर. डिड आई नॉट गिव गुड पब्लिक स्पीकर की? आई थिंक दीज आर द स्टूडेंट्स ना, KMCA, कठुआ MCA डिपार्टमेंट. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes. Yes, ma'am, you are right.
Yeah. So, students, I think I had already talked about these tips to be a good public speaker. What else you are trying to derive out of me? Please let me know. Is there any counter information that you people want to give it to me? Or any query regarding life? No, your life is sorted, I guess. Huh? So, sir, I think we should wrap it up then.
Yes, ma'am. If there are no more queries, then we will wrap. Ma'am, tips to be a good public speaker. Yes, okay, done. Please guide how to overcome exams anxiety. I think you have
Exam
addressed.
anxiety.
Yeah,
See,
there is.
if you will, हाँ, exam anxiety पे बात कर सकते हैं हम. See, students, if you will start thinking about the momentary life that has been given to us. So is there something? I can see something on my screen. The videos had been paused.
No,
Am I
no,
audible?
it's working fine.
Okay. So सी एग्जाम की एंजाइटी होना बड़ा नेचुरल सी चीज है, ठीक है। जैसे मैंने बोला कि आजकल बच्चे भी डिप्रेशन में जा रहे हैं, ठीक है। आई ऑलवेज टेल इट टू माय स्टूडेंट, आई आल्सो टीच एमए इंग्लिश स्टूडेंट्स, आई आल्सो टेल देम एग्जाम्स आर नॉट दैट important to be given that much of significance in your life, ठीक है। what's important is you, what's important is your satisfaction for working in a particular direction of life, okay। if you feel like, you know, preparing for exams, it's more than good for you. If you don't feel, leave it, right? This must be a contradictory thing for the teachers who are here, but this is the fact which I live, and I have been living this fact for like 11 to 12 years of my life, right? So this is a kind of, this is not only the words that are coming out, this is the experience which I had lived for 11, 12 years. And I think this is no less than a experience of any certificate. I hope I'm able to. Yes. Is there any other query?
So if there are no more queries, then we are going to wind up this session. So thank you, Ms. Disha, for sparing time to interact with the participants, because the sessions which we have already conducted, they were the technical sessions on machine learning. So in a program of 1 week, when all the sessions are on a same topic, so it is very important to have some session to, you know, relax yourself or to release the stress. And this type of sessions are very important in stressful life. So once again, I thank you for to be here, and you shared with the students, participants, research scholars who have joined us from various parts of the country, and even few uh, scholars from abroad also, they have also joined us. So it was a beautiful, wonderful session, and you have addressed the queries of the participants also. Even our students of Kathua campus, they joined this session specially to listen you. So once again, I'm very thankful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It had been a pleasure to be interacting with all of you, and quite such a good audience, I would say. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So dear participants, this was the first session of 7th day, that is the last day. And now we have one more session, technical session at 1 p.m. Dr. Ajay will take this session, and the topic is linear or logistic regression. I have already shared the information in the group. And after that session, we will meet at 3 p.m. for the valedictory ceremony. And in valedictory ceremony, we have two guests. One is Dr. Milind Singh from CCS University Merit. And the other resource person is Professor R.S. Laria. And they will join us at 3 p.m. And the link for the quiz, we have a quiz also. So for the link of the quiz, I will share that link during the valedictory session. So you have to appear in that quiz, and you know, on the basis of that quiz, we will distribute the certificates. So now it is 12:20. We'll start our next session at 1 p.m. Thank you so much. And the attendance of this session, I'm sharing the attendance of this session now in the chat box.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
I will be leaving now. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for joining, ma'am.